Right. Ladies and gents, speaking of companies losing bad faith and just, being bumholes, Rian Johnson, apparently his trilogy's been scrapped by Disney exclusive
No,
via the
Nice
small screen.
surprise.
oh, what?
Wait a minute. Do we take a time machine back to 2020 or what here?
I know.
Honestly, well, Nick, you've covered this already. Do you wanna spin off this one, because this is it's kind of new to me anyway.
Yeah, so basically, according to the sources over there, it's officially been scrapped by Disney. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't scrapped way before now, but it's apparently word's gotten out that it is for sure not happening, and that's basically what they talk about in the article here. That it's just another project at Lucasfilm that's not actually happening. It was announced and talked about, and then of course it, like most everything else that they announce, it doesn't ever happen.
Literally everything they announce.
Yeah.
It's like a 0.5% chance of actually happening.
Yeah. Boom, canceled.
God. So they say, according to our sources, it looks like Disney and Lucasfilm have decided to pull the plug on Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy. This shouldn't come as much of a surprise, mainly because there's been so little movement on his trilogy for a while now. Yeah, this was dead in the water for years, isn't it, basically?
Yeah.
The last I've heard, Disney have given Rian Johnson's trilogy the axe.
I mean, yeah, exactly. This has been his BS nonsense that he's been saying. I still got it. I still am going to make it. Yeah, bull crap. If they wanted you to make it, you'd be working on that instead of your Knives Out sequels first.
Yeah,
I don't know with those paydays, man. Those paydays are insane. He's getting.
Oh yeah, and why would he give a crap about Star Wars after that?
Oh anyway? No, yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah. Sorry, I've added to your point.
I'm agreeing with you. Yeah,
because I mean, the paydays are mad. Like, one, how is Netflix paying for it all? That's crazy. But the paydays are insane.
Well, again, that was a first look deal that he's actually delivering on. So that's the way it's supposed to work, right? They write you a check as you make the product. That's why J.J. Abrams has gotten almost no money from Warner Brothers. That's an entirely other side. But here's the cool thing about what he's doing at Netflix. He's actually pushing them to do more theatrical releases, which eventually Netflix is going to be doing. I think we talked about it before.
Yeah, we talked about it on the last stream with about like a studio space and everything. So it makes perfect sense. Now, this source also went on to add about Rian Johnson, says it's been problematic for Disney and Lucasfilm as they love Johnson and his work, but they just cannot get past the fans' poor reaction to The Last Jedi.
Yeah, 100%.
What about The Rise of Skywalker as well, then? Fuckface, like, Jesus.
Oh, I mean,
the damage was already done by then.
Yeah, is J.J. Abrams on board to do anything for Disney at this point? Not that I know of.
No,
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
Both parties are in agreement that the best thing to do is to move on and part ways. Well, yeah.
Well, he kind of set us up for this because in one of his last interviews, he was talking about being so busy with other things. And that's what I had said a long time ago. I said, sooner or later, we're going to hear about it from time to time, but at some point, somebody's going to talk to Rian Johnson, and it's going to be like 2024, 2025, and they're going to ask him again about these Star Wars movies, and he's going to be like, well, maybe, but I find myself wanting to make more movies like Knives Out. And that'll be the end of it. Nobody will bring it up again because it's been dead for 5 years now.
Yeah, I guess that he's playing the waiting game on it, then, isn't he? He's trying to. They're trying to. Well, that's essentially the same playbook that they did with Kevin Feige and Patty Jenkins. They just waited it out, and then people were like, "I'm not bothered." Yeah, they're cancelled. All right then.
Yep.
No one's bothered about anything coming out of Star Wars at this point in time. Like, for goodness sake. They're just not. It's just there's nothing to get excited about here.
Well, did you see my post yesterday, Mr. H, about what I mean when I say that KK has fired more people than she's hired? Okay, yeah, because
well, no, because you're right.
I retweeted it.
It's not. Like it would be different if. So yeah, Kathleen Kennedy has literally fired more people than she's hired because it's not a revolving door. She's not replacing people. She's just hiring them, firing them, but the project's not getting made. So So just the numbers just keep
I know
going
people
up.
used to laugh at me when I said that. It's like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. She has literally now fired more people than she's hired.
Yeah.
We've had
Absolutely
5 Star Wars
ridiculous.
projects, and twice that many people have been fired.
Pretty much.
And their
Absolutely
projects have not gotten off the ground.
And she still has a job.
How?
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't
goodness
know.
me.
I mean, think about it like this. If she was like a foreman on a construction site, and she literally kept firing people that were working there
And the
faster
building
than they
never
could
got
build
made.
stuff. Exactly. This building that should have
That's
been
what it
done
is.
in a few months is
That's a
still
great
being built.
analogy.
Right?
That's a great analogy.
No.
That is, yeah, firing them faster than they can build stuff. That is a brilliant analogy. But not only that, they're taking the material with them as well, right? So
In the
leading
case
to
of Snyder, yeah.
degradation. Well, I just mean like leading to the degradation of the property itself. You know, they're taking more. They're leaving the job site, as per your analogy, in a worse state than when they found
Yes.
it. Because that's what Lucasfilm is.
Yeah, because they left
Coming
whatever
fixed.
it was they were working on half built.
Yeah.
And half worked on or whatever, so it looks like a jagged mess.
Jesus. God damn, what a great analogy that is. So basically, yeah, right, surprising no one, Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy's done. There you go. If that's news, you've got the news. I don't think it's news.
Well, to extend the analogy I
Anime.
just made, basically the problem you have is the foundation of this whole building, which would be the Star Wars sequel trilogy, is one
Yeah.
big massive blob of mess to where it's not even level or anything anybody can really build on, right? So
Yeah. It's just such nonsense. Magitech Mags chimes in there for $5. Says for Rian Johnson news, the meme of "Oh no." Anyway, comes to mind. I mean, that is,
Moving on.
literally
Yeah.
is that. Literally is that. I just. How has she still got a job? There must be
Dirt.
something she's got on them.
She's got to have some dirt on Iger or some board members or something.
Somebody.
It has to be. It really has to be.
Like pictures,
Because-
video.
You just binned off Victoria Alonso for nothing that she's done public, you know? Like Kathleen Kennedy, there's a lawsuit against Lucasfilm at the moment
Yeah.
from the ex-Acolyte producer. I mean, that's not a small thing. That's pretty fucking big.
And it's been failed project, canceled project, canceled project. You know, and that has to be costing them money. Like literally, and I think I said this on the last stream also.
Oh yes, it
What
does.
Lucasfilm is making Disney money?
Oh,
Okay,
nothing.
because
Nothing.
just to go off of what you're saying, Nick, they have to pay each writer every time.
Yep.
And it's not cheap. I mean, you're talking a couple $100,000 sometimes, if not. And then any pre-production work that's done, so any previs, any art that's done, any of that kind of stuff, you have to pay anybody else who's like the producers and stuff for their time and all that crap. And why do you think this one chick is suing them?
Yeah.
What's her
She's not
name?
being paid.
Yeah. And then they give her the pittance of $5,000 to say, "Here, go away."
And that's what screwed him. That's what screwed
Yeah,
him.
I think you're right. But yeah, here's that list of the things that have never been completed or because like the only completed Disney Star Wars films that went off without a hitch were Force Awakens and Last Jedi, basically.
God damn.
Because as you see here, Rogue One, Gareth Edwards got shit canned and they brought in Tony Gilroy. Josh Trank was supposed to make a Boba Fett movie. He didn't make it. Lord Miller got shit canned after 88 days, and then Ron Howard came in. Colin Trevorrow, of course, was supposed to make the third film, didn't. Stephen Daldry was supposed to be working on Obi-Wan, didn't. James Mangold, even though he likes to give us revisionist history, there's more than enough proof out there that he was attached to a Boba Fett project at one time.
Yeah.
Benioff and Weiss also were supposed to be making a trilogy, gone. Patty Jenkins, we know she's gone. J.D. Dillard, also gone. Kevin Feige, Michael Waldron, also gone. And then you have the Schrodinger project, which is now Stephen Knight has signed up to supposedly work on this post-episode 9 film or whatever the hell they're saying there.
Yeah.
And to me right now, that I call it Schrodinger's movie because I ain't convinced it's going to happen. But there you go. Just going off of what Nick said. If this Steve Knight is really coming in to write this, there's another writer that's being paid. And he's not a small time writer either. So I'm sure he's making a couple $100,000 for his rewrite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So you can add him onto the list. Rian Johnson onto the list.
You could add Rian Johnson onto that list now if that's true. Yeah.
absolute nonsense. Ah, goodness me.